What's it been like watching from the sidelines this year?
I suppose it's been awful tough. I suppose you don't realise how much you miss it until you're out of the game for a while. It's a bit like a drug. Coming down the stretch in big games is definitely something that's addictive. And county finals down the years, they've been big games. So you definitely miss it. It's like a drug that you want more of it, but at the minute, I suppose it's very hard looking on, but I suppose you're trying to bring a bit to the party every night. You come up here and do something that you can do for the team, or even give a bit of advice to the younger lads, try and keep them going towards county final.
Is the hardest part maybe this week coming up to the county final, where usually you would have been in the thick of it getting ready for, you probably played in 8 or 9 county finals now? Yeah,
I've played them all so far, so I have. So I suppose it's definitely been a tough road, but I suppose I've looked at it in a positive light. When you get injured like I do, you take the slightest thing for granted. Even dress myself, going for a shower. I needed a help to do that. When I got injured at the start, and there are things you take for granted every day. So I suppose I'm looking at it as a positive. I'm up and going now. I'm in the gym most days. I'm here for training whenever the lads are training. And it's nice to train when they're training as well, because there's always a couple of lads maybe they're injured or on a go slow that are up in the gym with me, so it's great to have a small bit of company. So although it is tough county final week, certainly I'll get over it, and I'll be 100% behind the lads.
If you were to play any club football this year, they'd probably have to get to Paddy's Day.
Yeah, I was joking with them alright, but I suppose that's a long way down the track. I don't know, even though Paddy's Day, I don't think I'd be ready at this stage. It's a slow process. I hear this everyone getting a cruise ship. It's a lot in the news at the minute, and it's definitely a long, slow process. And I suppose you just have to give it time.
In terms of lads going into the final, you mentioned an awful lot of young lads that come in on the panel this year, lads who played minor, and saying to James a few minutes ago, I remember a lot of those guys were on the junior team a couple of years ago when you were going for the double. Obviously they've integrated in quite well this year. Yeah,
I suppose it's a testament back to 2012 when we were in an All-Ireland final. There was boys in the background and their teams. They were well down the pecking order. They've got their chance this year, and it's great to see they've kept the head down as well, And then I suppose during the summer, lads came back from America, and lads recovering from injuries, lads with hamstring injuries, and you could see the tide turning there in training in the middle of the summer. People were writing us off at that stage, but we knew that things were picking up, especially when the boys came back from America and that kind of thing, and we started getting a few results in games. We were certainly looking towards mid-knockout stages.
Well, the final has a familiar feel about it now. The 4th time in 5 years that you met Mullingar Shamrocks in the final. Was it a bit of a shock to the system last year not to be there, given that you'd been to, I think, 5 finals in a row before that? Yeah,
I suppose the semi-final the way it ended last year was a bit of a shock, but we're not going to cry over spilt milk at this stage. We were all looking forward to playing the county final, but it didn't happen. So I suppose this year it's great to be back in the county final for all the lads that are there, and for the lads that haven't played in one before. It's a big occasion. I suppose every club in Westmeath, senior club, when they start at the start of the year, they aim to get to a senior county final. It's brilliant for our lads to be there, and I suppose we'd be just hoping to bring home the Flanagan Cup if we can at all.
It is an historic final for the club. It's at the outset 10. I suppose it's a round number, but for a club that hasn't been around all that long, 10 county finals is a hell of an achievement in that time.
Yeah, 10 county finals is a brilliant achievement. I suppose when I look back now, it's the ones that we lost that I do think about the most, not the ones that we won. It's a fantastic achievement to be there, but it's the ones that stick out in my mind. I suppose when I retire and hang up the boots, I look back on the ones that we won and the great days we have. But it's, I suppose, that fear of failure that drives you on and keeps you going, and the long dark roads, So certainly we're looking forward to a final, and we'll be hoping that we can win this one.
Well, the Gooch said it probably didn't mean as much to him this year when Kerry won Ireland. Will it mean as much to you if they go up for the Flanagan Cup on Sunday week?
No, I suppose I heard Roy Keane saying the same thing when he was suspended for the Champions League final and that kind of thing. No, I'd love to see the lads lifting the cup. It would be brilliant for the club, and I suppose for everyone around the place. And I suppose I have got a different kick out of it. I've got a kick out on seeing the younger lads coming through, boys that you knew could step up to the plate, getting the jersey, getting their opportunity. I suppose once they adjusted to the pace of playing at senior level, they're absolutely after taking their chance, and it's been fantastic. So no, I'll definitely get a kick out of it if we can lift the Flanagan Cup.